Ventureprise has its roots in UNC Charlotte faculty person of over 25 years ago, John Benson, who thought at the time that it would be great if Charlotte did a better job of supporting small business. And that was in the days when the concept of a business incubator was a pretty new concept. John Benson and a variety of community leaders put together what came to be known as the Ben Craig Center. And that was originally in rented space on Tryon Street, ultimately built the building that we know as the Ben Craig Center on Mallard Creek Road today.
Right.
And for that period from 1986 through January 31st, we operated a business incubator there. A few years ago, as we really looked at what the university needed, what the community needed, it became clear that this whole entrepreneurial sector really needed more intensive focus in Charlotte. We had just gone through the 2008-9 economic downturn, the vulnerability of Charlotte in terms of concentration in financial services had been made pretty clear. And so our board of directors at the old Ben Craig Center, we put together a strategic plan and really said, let's work more broadly on building a regional ecosystem that supports innovation and entrepreneurship. And as part of that, we changed our name to make our name more descriptive of the type of work we're doing, be less place specific. We made the identification with the university very explicit with the logo and everything that integrated that. So we made that change. That was the ecosystem focus. At the same time, we said, let's do more here at the university. Interestingly, the Ben Craig Center throughout its history, 135 companies, only 9 of them had their roots in the university. And up until that point, a few years ago, we had not had student companies. And so we said, let's really be more proactive in reaching out to faculty researchers, and let's establish a student business incubator so we could offer students, faculty more entrepreneurial support. And then the final piece was to say, let's be even better than Ben Craig had been in terms of delivering business advisory services to startup and early stage growth companies. And that's when Marilyn joined our team with a lot of background that's relevant. And so today we're working on the regional ecosystem with partners. We're working on providing more entrepreneurial support within the university. And we have a more intensive approach to providing business advice to startups and young companies.
Let's just say hypothetically, I am at the concept stage for a better mousetrap, and it's going to be a 21st century super high-tech mousetrap with an app, and it's going to be something that other mousetrap-related entrepreneurs in Europe and in Asia can watch as I'm developing it through the internet and multimedia technology.
Right.
Do I come to you when I have the idea? Do I come to you when I've gotten it started in my garage? And what am I looking for in you? Just more space for my operation? Or what are you going to do for me and what am I going to do for you?
Yeah, I think both.
Okay.
Both of those folks. The one in the garage we would call pre-revenue, or we've got a great idea. We get a lot of that from university students or faculty that want to commercialize their intellectual property or
Are they coming to you with real feasible ideas,
Yes.
or you're not getting a lot of goofballs like me coming?
No, it's
We do get some.
And that's my word.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
you
We
would
don't
never
want to
come-
dissuade
Yeah.
anybody from. Everybody has an idea, right? Yeah.
And that's really one of the key things, exactly as Marilyn said, that one of the programs we have is something called Venture Launch, which begins in March. And if you were that mousetrap inventor, we would suggest come to the 6-week Venture Launch effort, because you may think you've got the best mousetrap and you may be very excited about it, but the real question is, are customers excited? And so the Venture Launch is about what we call customer discovery.
All right.
And so that would be the program specifically
You're
for
either
you.
going to dash my dreams or solidify my
or
earnestness
pivot,
here.
right?
Yeah, okay,
There's that word pivot,
Yeah.
where you have an idea about who your ideal market is or who your ideal customer is, and then you find out through discovery that it's something very different. But there is a really good market out there.